Hi, my name is Debbie Melendez, and I'm going to show you my version of Spanish style pepper chicken. What I have here are 3 breasts of chicken. They're large, you don't have to cut them, pound them, nothing. Because eventually when they cook, they're just going to fall apart. It's going to be delicious. I have adobo and a packet of the sazon with achote, and I washed and cut up 3 very large peppers and 2 large onions, and you can see they're like large rings. They're gonna melt in there anyway. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add this to, I put a coating of canola oil. So I'm gonna put this chicken into the frying pan. I better lower this. And I'm going to let that fry up for a bit. I'm going to season it with a little bit of adobo. It's very simple. Quick meal. When you're ready to, you're pressed for time, and you want a nice meal, this is what you want to do. It's cooking on one side for a few minutes. Just put a little bit for coloring and a little bit of Spanish seasoning. I'm putting half a packet. I'm going to let that cook on one side. I'll save this for a minute. I don't need that. And I'm going to let this cook for about 3 to 4 minutes and then turn them over, and then I'm going to do the same process again. I'm going to put the adobo and the rest of the sazon on top of the other side. Okay, so I've been letting them fry for about 4 minutes, and the way you know that they're ready to turn over is when they easily come up. If they're stuck to the frying pan, they're not ready. Don't worry about the chicken not being done, because these are going to simmer for a bit. Whoa, I almost lost that one. So what I'm going to do now is season the other side, little adobo, and the rest of the packet of the sazon. And it has to be the sazon with the achote, because that's the one that's going to give it color. And now he's giving me a problem opening. Just add that. Just, sprinkle it over, no big deal. And I do have this on medium-high heat. I'm going to let that fry for a few minutes. And I'm going to let that cook for a few minutes. And if you notice, on the side here, I made white rice, because this is going to go over the white rice, which you can find that recipe on my Facebook page as well. Facebook.com/Debbie Loves Cooking. And you just let that cook for a few minutes. And what I'm going to do is add the peppers and onions. Again, this is not fully cooked, but that's okay. You cut the onions in rings, as you can see. Just pile it on. I love tons of peppers and onions. I think this is all my frying pan can handle. But they will mush up, and this gives it so much flavor. And what you're going to do is put the lid on, and just lower it down to, I would say, 4. It goes from 0 to 10. I have an electric stove, so it varies. I'm going to put it down to a 4 and let it simmer. And then as it cooks, I will add more peppers and onions, because they're just going to mush down. And I'd say about a half an hour, and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so I'm going to check on my peppered chicken, And as you can see, it's been cooking about 20 minutes. And if you like your vegetables crisp, that's fine. I would add it later because what you want is for the chicken to fall apart. It's still tucked under there, and this takes a process. You see, it's still a little tough. You want that to fall apart, and you'll see that later in my video. I like my vegetables mushy, for this recipe anyway. And then I'll add more, more of my peppers and onions that I had left over because I love, love, love peppers and onions all over this chicken. And I think what happens over time is that the onions and peppers tenderize the meat. I'm not sure if that's a fact or not, but that's what happens. And I'll show you later on what it looks like. Okay, so it's been cooking for about 20 minutes. And as I told you before, I like my vegetables mushy. So you can see it's starting to get softer here. And I'm going to add the rest of my peppers and onions because now I have room. And the chicken's still, well, it's getting tender. But what I'm going to do is add the rest of my peppers and onions. Yum-y. This is great with hot sauce on it, just saying, if you like hot sauce. So I'm going to let this go for about a few minutes more. And when I come back, I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so my chicken is nice and tender. As you can see, it just cuts through. And this is what you're looking for. And let me tell you, the aroma in this kitchen is amazing. You see all the juices? This is what you're looking for. And all the peppers and onions are all mushy. Again, you could take it out. It's your preference if you want it crispy. But this is amazing. All right, so this is all ready. And this is an easy meal. Very simple. You don't have to sit by it. It's simmering. And as you can see, the chicken is just falling apart. Now, I'm going to show you how delicious it looks on my white rice that I prepared, which again, the recipe is on my facebook.com/Debbie Loves Cooking. Okay, so you just place a little bedding of rice, just like that. And then you take some of the chicken and the peppers and onions and pour it right on the rice. The juice is very important. It's very, very good. You have to try this. Honestly, you have to try this. So now I'm going to call my teenage son. He's going to love this because this is one of his favorite meals. And to get this recipe, follow me on facebook.com/Debbie Loves Cooking. Enjoy!